This video is about to get very surgical. Straight up. Everybody a thug till them lights pull up. And everybody got a gun until ice pull up. A middle finger to the president, cause I ain't too impressed. How the fuck you kicking niggas out? Ain't you niggas guess, so it's death to an ice truck driver. Hold on, bro. Ain't 20v1 is 1v20 if I gotta smack niggas that right with you. Got a whole different meaning now. Cause don't get me wrong, I took Kendrick literally when he said that bar. I think some people thought he was just using the angle to exaggerate an angle, whatever. I took that seriously. But when you look at the way the problem explains this whole situation, they really explaining this like Drake was just in a laboratory with scientists and they was just adding and pulling shit out and dropping shit in. And cause I ain't gonna lie, this makes a lot more sense. Now, don't get me confused. I'm not saying that I didn't think Drake didn't have writers. That's definitely not what I'm saying. I know Drake had writers. As somebody that listened to Quentin Miller, and Quentin Miller is actually one of my favorite artists. Like, he became one of my favorite artists because of how much I enjoyed Drake's music during the If You're Reading This It's Too Late era, right? Once I found out Quentin Miller was the one writing it, I started to go listen to Quentin Miller, and I'm like, oh, wait a minute, Quentin Miller is fire. And then when Quentin Miller stopped being involved, Drake's style changed. So don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that I didn't think that Drake had ghostwriters. What I'm saying is the way Problem is explaining it right here makes it make way more sense, and it actually adds to the calculation of Kendrick's assessment of the battle and the way he broke down the battle. So that's really what it was. Like, this is probably why Drake tried to throw J. Cole under the bus, because, you know what, let's read this before, let's watch this before I start going off on a tangent, okay? Because this is crazy. As somebody that loves battling, this is crazy. Check this out.
Allegedly, I heard this through like 4 or 5 people. This is not from him, so he didn't say this.
So this is not from Kendrick, to be clear.
Allegedly, I heard this through like 4 or 5 people. This is not from him, so he didn't say this. Allegedly, there's a 20-minute version that still is sitting there if any nigga got a pocket.
Well, first of all, damn. I heard it was 17 minutes. So Kendrick got a 20-minute, supposedly, allegedly, Kendrick got a 20-minute version of Euphoria. How many beat switches was that? That's probably gonna be like, bro, that's probably gonna be like 15 beat switches. And I ain't gonna lie, I would not doubt if the other half of the song is for J. Cole. You feel what I'm saying? Especially at the end, it felt like he stopped like at a halt. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm like, why wouldn't he unload the clip on Drake right there? I feel like the rest of that clip is for J. Cole. But let's keep going.
Still is sitting there if any nigga got a pocket. So him and rap is what I'm never finna be worried about. It's meaning I knew whatever he did, he was gonna smack bro, because the thing is, we already knew all bro writers. We already
knew all of bro's writers. Ain't 20v1 is 1v20 if I gotta smack niggas that right with you. Yeah, bring them out too. I'll clean them out too. Tell Bean that he better stay right with you. So Kendrick being aware of Drake's ghostwriters actually allows him to have a certain amount of understanding of how to attack Drake. Because in reality, you're not really writing against Drake. You writing against the writers. So you writing against the people where you know their strengths, you know their weaknesses, you know what they're capable of, and what they're able to produce for Drake. So therefore, your calculation of your attack is a little stronger than it would be otherwise. Not meaning that Kendrick wouldn't win regardless, but his angle is stronger because he knows the writers.
Knew all bros, like, we know without 40 though. 40, if 40 was there, it would have been a better situation. But 40 is the glue to that situation.
Are you saying 40 is producer?
No, 40 is his engineer and his producer. That's the guy. So he's been sick.
Yeah.
So
I I get that too, because in the era where I was rocking with Drake music, I'm realizing that 40 was a core piece of why I like Drake music. Because really what I think is, when did I stop really liking Drake's music? First of all, when it came out that he wasn't writing this stuff, right? I stopped respecting Drake as a rapper, but I still listen to Drake when he creating these pieces of music and these pop songs and all that different stuff. Some of them songs were still hard, right? There's some rap songs that were still hard, but I'm like, I don't respect Drake as a writer. I can't put you in the same conversation as nobody. You more like a Dr. Dre, or like, and that's no disrespect to Dr. Dre. Dr. Dre's a producer, but you more like a Dr. Dre than you are a Kendrick Lamar. You closer to something like that. You feel what I'm saying? So, but the music that I really like from Drake, 40 was heavily involved, and he created that atmosphere that I loved about Drake's music at that time. But when 40 is getting less and less involved, that's when even outside of the writing, the music just got bad, in my opinion. I just feel like the music got bad. It got unlistenable for me, right? Some songs it would play and I'd be cool with it, or some songs I put it on slow or something and it'd be cool. But 40 is the glue, for sure. And I understand that just from using my ears. You feel what I'm saying?
Once you know that's not there, oh yeah, he's on his own. It's Dolo and all his.
And not to keep pausing, but to finish that point, without 40 in the battle, I agree. I think if 40 is in the battle, it's probably a little more, Drake puts up a little more of a fight. I think he still gets smoked, but he puts up more of a fight. Because as time goes on, that battle wasn't close. It felt close in real time. That shit wasn't close at all. It felt close because of narratives, I feel like. For me, I felt like Kendrick was kicking his ass. And I think it's becoming more clear now. But if 40 was involved, I think, with all of it, it's like Frankenstein. Drake was really Frankenstein. And 40 and all them niggas was the scientists that was taking the bolts out and putting the bolts in and all that. Which is crazy. Niggas got to give Kendrick a little more credit for winning that battle. You feel what I'm saying? Real talk.
Writers and shit, they have to kick back because they ain't want no smoke with this. Like, no, it wasn't no one particular song. It's just Dot is a rapper's rapper. He's a backpack dude that went pop.
Right.
Yeah,
real life.
No, for sure. And again, this is like, you guys know more behind the scenes, but I'm like, yeah, that's what I was wondering. I wonder like if, and again, he's a rapper before anything. He's a backpacker. I wonder if he heard any of the songs and was like, okay, I gotta come back extra hard. Like,
yeah, you know what? That's the crazy thing about Kendrick too that he don't get enough credit for. Is if you was listening to Kendrick in real time, right? And you was having conversations with people about Kendrick in real time, there was always this like, will Kendrick be able to reach that level in hip hop because of his how much he's detailed in lyricism, storytelling, and all this stuff? It felt like in that era, this is the era of Lil Wayne, Nicki Minaj, where the pop single, the pop rap single is the thing that's dominating the charts. That's the thing that's taking over, right? So from that perspective, I think a lot of the conversation around Kendrick was, it's not that he's not talented, it's not that he's not capable, it's that will the industry allow somebody who is essentially what many saw as a backpack rapper, right? Is that, will the industry allow somebody to take it to the next level? Will he be able to develop the skills in order to cross over? And he was able to do that while maintaining his style. And people don't give him enough credit for that. They don't give him enough credit for breaking those boundaries, bro, because that's exactly what he did with that. You feel what I'm saying? So for me, it's like, that's got to be noticed more. And when you look at it from that perspective, it's like, how were you ever going to really beat him without being the same type of MC? How are you really even going to be able to beat him in that aspect? Somebody who can do to you, right, in a lyrical way and still drop the biggest diss record on you in history simultaneously. When people say I think when I say it's difficult to beat Kendrick Lamar and it's difficult for me to come up with somebody who can beat Kendrick Lamar, the thing is because I'm being biased. No, I'm actually trying to be as objective as possible. When you break down the structure and the ability of what Kendrick is able to do, it is difficult to beat somebody like that who has the qualities of an underground backpack rapper and a high-end pop star. How are you supposed to beat that? If you do somehow are able to beat him in the lyrical capability, right, in the lyrical component, he could just hit you with a smash hit. If you're able to match him in the smash hit, he'll just out-rap you. It's just like, where are you supposed to go? And there's not enough strong angles on Kendrick unless you get crazy creative, which a lot of hip-hop artists who are not accustomed to battle rap are not able to do. And he's able to defend. He's able to defend angles. He's able to angle himself. Bro, a win on Kendrick, you're going to walk out of the building with not being able to compete no more. That's the type of battler I think Kendrick is. Same with a dude like Pusha T or, dudes where if you get in the ring with them, there will be consequences, whether you win or not. You just going to walk out with severe damages.
For anything, he's a backpacker. I wonder if he heard any of the songs and was like, okay, I got to come back extra hard. Like,
Man, that nigga was not tripping. I remember when, what's the good one, the kind of good one Drake dropped? The one that had the video.
The drop.
I think it's Family Ties.
Bro, when
Family Matters.
I text that nigga.
Family Matters, right?
That's when he had first mentioned his wife and shit.
The Pusha one. Drop and give me 50, that's Family Matters.
Niggas don't even remember the songs, man. Niggas don't even remember the songs. Niggas don't even remember Drake's songs. Y'all, I ain't gonna lie. I respect. Actually, I mean, it's you and your writers, so J. Cole apologizing and backing out of the battle. Sometimes we give Drake credit for battling. But it's like, if you battling with the scientists and all the different shit and they putting the pieces and all that together for you, then it's like, you know what I mean? J. Cole write his shit. So it's like, yeah, we got to stop that one, as a matter of fact. And I'm one of the people that do that. We got to cut that out. I think if we remove the conversation, but in reality, you can't remove it because Drake not writing. Drake not writing, bro. He not writing. So, but when I was listening to the battle and I heard Family Matters, I wasn't, bro. As somebody who wanted Kendrick to take that battle, I was not convinced that Family Matters was enough. Niggas in my household was trying to, when I was living with the homies, like we had a crib together and we was watching this moment together, living the moment together, which was fire, right? And in reality, I'm like, bro, I'm telling them, bro, Family Matters is not, this ain't enough. Like, this is good, I guess. You know what I'm saying? The beat switch is the second part, is the best part. This ain't enough. And I got some videos, you know what I'm saying, documenting that time. But this wasn't enough to me, even when I had people all in the crib trying to tell me Kendrick might be finished. Oh, bro, what if it's true, bro? Oh, even when the Hard Part 6 came out, I had niggas in the crib trying to tell me that was fire, and now Kendrick got to respond. I knew in real time the hype and the excitement wasn't enough for me to be like, I ain't gonna lie, this right here, you better be careful, bro. But no, I wasn't that. I had homies trying to tell me the Hard Part 6 was fire. Get the hell out my face, bro. Get out my face. Some niggas was confused by the hype. That shit was ass. You know what I'm saying? I knew Kendrick wasn't worried about none of that.
Nah.
No, what's the other one? The one where he crushed
the car.
Oh, damn, that's it. Okay. Well, shit. Yeah. I mean, honestly, there was never a point in time where I was worried about the battle outside of, is this narrative of Kendrick, of the Drake, that the narrative that Drake put out in the third song on Family Matters, like Kendrick did this to his girl and all that different stuff, which doesn't even align with the initial accusation in the past, which should tell you everything. Like, I was trying to tell the homies that. I'm like, bro, first it was this, right? Niggas were saying this in the report. They were saying it was a random girl. Now Drake's saying that it was his girl. And now people in the audience are using the old allegations that had nothing to do with Kendrick girl to amplify the bar about Kendrick girl. Like common sense. This right here. Okay? But, like, yeah, I was never worried, bro, because at the end of the day, like, I knew the ramifications of the battle, which is why I'm like, damn, the only thing that worried me was, like, the people involved might understand the ramifications of the battle and try to really mute Kendrick in this situation so that Drake can continue to lead this, you know what I'm saying, this, y'all seen everything that's been coming out about that what that side of hip-hop ended up entailing. And in reality, I just knew, bro, like, this isn't enough to be the MC of the capability of Kendrick Lamar. It's not enough. Now, did I know that Kendrick was going to drop the biggest diss track of all time? Hell no. If you would have told me that Kendrick was about to drop the biggest diss track of all time, I would have told you, get the fuck out of here. Real talk. I would have told, because the battle took Kendrick's legacy to me to another level. This is when I started thinking, oh yeah, Kendrick might be the greatest of all time. He might be top 3. Right? For me, Kendrick, before that, Kendrick was in that category of top 5 of all time for me. The battle took it to like top 3 guaranteed. Can't take him out of it. The Super Bowl with the stadium tour and the singles and chains and all this different stuff. That's why I'm like, yeah, he probably the greatest of all time. So, you add on the fact that he defeated the odds. He was the underdog. And they trying to spin it to make it seem like Drake was the underdog. So Kendrick can't walk around with the underdog effect. Right? But Kendrick was the underdog. He handled business. He beat a nigga with a team of writers and a team of niggas putting together shit together, right? He beat Frankenstein, bro. And we got to be honest. He beat Frankenstein and the propaganda machine simultaneously. You feel me? So I'm going to hear that 20-minute version of Euphoria. I'm actually going to do a video about it because I do want to talk about it. I also want to do a video talking about quotables and stuff like that. That'll probably be for the Patreon, though. Again, I got a Patreon. You feel what I'm saying? In the process, I'm just stacking up content for y'all, and that's where y'all get to see all the VPBs and the advanced analytics and all that different stuff. You feel what I'm saying? So yeah, I appreciate y'all. Like, comment, subscribe, especially if you're new here, especially if you've been here. Check out my new single. You feel what I'm saying? F Ice. It's in the. I'm gonna put it in the pinned comment so you can check it out. Yeah, go stream that song. If you have streamed it, stream it some more for your boy. You feel what I'm saying? We started from scratch. We started from the bottom, and we building it up once again. So you know what I'm saying? Come support your boy. Stream the song, download the song, all that good stuff. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah, like, comment, subscribe, especially if you're new here, especially if you've been here. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I'm gonna catch y'all, man.